Hi there guys, today we're going to look at a ER remote I got off the internet, and it came with, of course, the IR LED. I got it on a breadboard right here, and this remote came along with it. And no code, no examples, no nothing, so you have to figure everything out on your own. So I googled a lot and found a lot of the things on the internet are wrong or don't work. And I especially found this guy, Ken Sheriff, popping up everywhere because he basically wrote uh, one of the first libraries that are actually able to interpret the IR signal. However, there seems to be fake Ken Sheriffs on GitHub with a lot of libraries that don't work. But I was able to find his blog and find a link to a working library, and I will of course link it in the description. And it works right now, so that's 2014, and we're 19th of December. I might release the video a bit later, but it works now. That's the point. And you can see my Arduino software is the 1.5.8, so yeah, that's it. Okay. First of all, when you hook this up, there are three legs, 3 pins, and you can hook it up wrong. I did a few times. Luckily, nothing broke. But if you look on the piece of plastic itself, it says S on one side. That's for signal. And the straight opposite side on this model is ground, so the middle is voltage. Unfortunately, there are as many different IR LEDs as there are combinations of these legs. So you really have to be careful, watch out, and see how they are connected, or at least how yours is. And let me show you the program. I have a demonstration. So what's supposed to happen is when I click 1, the green LED should light up. When I hit 2, the yellow, 3 for the red. So let's see. Let's not hide the sensor. There we go. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, just below my neck right here. It's on, off, on, yellow. Yeah, had to click an extra time. The red. Yeah. Oh, the red is easy to see. That's nice. And it works. I can turn them on and off independently from the keys 1, 2, and 3. Of course, you could add multiple combinations, even add combinations itself, or use it as a lock. I'm not here to talk about what you can use it for. That's for your imagination. I'm here to show you how to use it. So, the breadboard itself, it doesn't really matter how these things are hooked up, because that's not important. The important thing is S to signal, middle, in my case, is voltage, and ground. That's it. I have received my signal on pin 11. We're going to need that reference a bit later. Okay, for this to work, we need some code. And let me just hide that guy. And for that, we got this code reader. It's one of the examples that comes with the library, except I modified it a bit for faster coding. So I removed a lot of the stuff that was already there, and basically just initialized the serial begin. And instead of doing stuff, which I don't really care about, I'm just printing the value of the result receive. It's going to receive a signal, a hex value from this device, but we're not able to use hex values when we code, at least not right now. So the library itself is going to decode the hex value into an integer, and the integer is unique for each button on this thing. So in order to be able to write an if statement for if button 1 is pressed, I need to know what is the integer for button 1, and this is what shows. So let's just upload it first to the existing Arduino. That's fine. All it does is print the serial value. So let's see, uploading done. Let's open the serial monitor. I got my LED right here, my trusted remote, and I'm going to press 1. And I got a value. I'm going to press 2, 3, 4. Basically, any value or button on this thing has its own hex value. And it's interpreted into that integer right there. So the next thing I did was actually to upload all the, sorry, not upload, I noted them down on a notepad. All the values, one for each button. So let's see here. This is the program I'm running to turn the lights on and off, LED lights on this device. And I just uploaded it again, just to make sure, but here we go. These are the values from my remote. I wrote them down from the code reader. And, well, some of them are in Danish. Sorry about that, but hey. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. I'm only using the first 3. So what I do is I define 1 as this number, define 2 as this number. And the numbers is not something I just pull out of my ass. It's the numbers I read from the integers before. And they have to match. Just set up the pins for the LEDs and some booleans. Sorry, it even says so right there. Include the library, pin 11, start the library. And in the main loop, we're just like in the reader, just receiving the value, and then using a unsigned integer value equals result.value, meaning we're taking the integer value and saving it. And then on a switch, I'm going to do things. So I got a switch statement or case for each key. Well, in my case, I only have for 3 keys because I only using 3 buttons. And I just flip the boolean on and off, depending on which light I want to turn on and off. And it's just going to turn on and off down here. Of course, I have a serial running at the side for debugging. Usually I remove them, but here we go. You can see it says RGY. I think it's GYR actually, because I was thinking of traffic lights. And you can see it says 0 all the way down. So when I hit number 1, all the G's turn 1. Hit number 2, all the Y's turn 1. And number 3, all R's turn 1. R's. And I can switch them on and off independently because I'm running them as booleans. That's cool. And that's how I got the library to work and found it most easy without pages of difficult code, because there is really a lot to learn when you start working with the remote and IR frequencies. If you just wanted to get to work and just want to play with it, this is the way to go. I'll link the library in the description and the codes both for my reader and this breadboard right here. Before I go, I'll show you the breadboard in case you want to copy it. I'm using 3 MOSFETs, as you can see, and that's because I'm not able to pull enough voltage through the Arduino to light up the LEDs. So I'm using MOSFETs to switch the LEDs on and off. That's all. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments or suggestions, please let me know down in the description or comment field down below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.